Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me and you're new here, my name is Colleen, and on this channel I talk about books and stuff. Today is Sunday, so we're here to talk about a book series, as it is a series Sunday, and today we are talking about the Crazy Rich Asian series by Kevin Kawn. I read this back in the summer and I really enjoyed it. It is a trilogy, so 3 books, and they are Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend, and Rich People Problems, and they follow this super rich Singaporean family and Rachel Chu, who is an Asian American person. So in the first book we are introduced to Rachel and Nick, who are our 2 main characters. Nick has this rich family that Rachel doesn't know about, and Rachel is just our normal everyday university professor. So great. So Nick's best friend is getting married and he's like, why don't we go to Singapore as a vacation, watch my best friend get married? And Rachel says, yeah, sure, that sounds like a great time. And then she slowly starts to find out how rich his family is, how crazy they are, and all that sort of things, and that Nick is the most eligible bachelor in Singapore. There's a lot of family drama in this series. Nick's mom doesn't like Rachel because she's not rich, and a whole bunch of other things happen. So that's the spoiler-free part of the beginning of this review. As always, there will be a picture somewhere of something that will indicate when the spoiler part starts, and when that goes away, it will be safe to come back. So see you later if you haven't read this series, or, you know, whatever. But if you want to have read the series, or just don't care if you're spoiled or not, keep on watching because, you know, some spoilers happen. One of the big things in Rachel's life is that she never knew her dad. So her mom had like the story about like what happened and all this sort of stuff. But in the second book we find out that second book, China Rich Girlfriend, we find out that that wasn't true, that her dad is still alive, he's not in prison, he's actually extremely wealthy, and she has a brother. So in this book, Nick's mom kind of sets in motion them meeting. Nick and Rachel are getting married, and she doesn't really want them to, and so this is kind of a way for them to postpone the wedding, because like she's like, oh, I found your dad, blah blah blah, all this sort of stuff. And I did like this one a lot. And, you know, there's a lot of other things going on within the family. One of the other characters, Astrid, and her husband are in the process of getting divorced, and there's a lot of suspicion and things going on, and just so much. And then in the third book, Rich People Problems, it kind of just wraps up everything. The big thing in this one is that Nick's grandmother dies. And then there's kind of like a fight over the estate, which is one of the largest estates in Singapore, worth lots of money, and because of the fight that Nick had with his family, he's kind of been written out of the will a little bit, so it's a little up in the air about who's actually going to get the estate. I think that this was the weakest in the trilogy, but we'll get more into that when I give my ratings. So welcome back if you were skipping the spoiler section. I rated all 3 of these books 4 stars. I think that I liked the first one the most, then the second, and then the third. The second book did not suffer from a second book problem. If you've been watching me for a while, you know exactly what I mean when I say middle book or second book problems. So that was really great, but I did find that the third book was a little bit weaker than the other 3. So it's a 4-star series for me because they were all rated 4 stars, which is great. One thing that I will say that I found very interesting is the depiction of wealth within the series. I am from like a lower middle class family, so I do really enjoy reading about people who have just this opulent life and all of this wealth, because it's so foreign to me, and I just think it's really interesting. But yeah, Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kawn, 4-star series. If you've read these books and you've liked them, I would also recommend the movie. It was absolutely fantastic. And if you don't want to read these books, still watch the movie because it's really great, and I think it's really important to support Asian actors, because it was one of the only movies produced in the last long time that had a full Asian cast. If you've read these books and you've enjoyed them, please let me know in the comment section down below, or if you're thinking about picking them up now, also let me know that, because I'd be really happy if, you know, this was the final push that you needed to actually pick up these books, because again, they're just so much fun. But thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next series Sunday. What series will it be? Who knows? I certainly don't. But we'll see you then.